tate kuli moyo, kuli moyo kwa tate kuli moyo.
Chinyamata ochokera ku Chipata Diocese abwera kuno ku Malawi. They are here for a visit. It's just a stopover, but they'll proceed to Balaka. Chinyamata amenewa ndili nawo mu studio muno akhala kutuza makamaka kuti iwowa ndi ndani, who they are, why they are here, and a little more of their journey to Malawi. I am your host, Bridget Mwanoka. Keep me company. All right, so as I mentioned earlier that we have guests in the studio. These are the youth from Chipata Diocese, that's Zambia. Atiyendera kuno ku Malawi kufuna kudzatichezera. Ndewo anaona kuti nchanzeru kuti asangodutsa mulilongwe akupita ku Balaka siwokhala iyayi ndopitirira. So Father, welcome to Luntha Television and welcome to Malawi. A little introduction of the group.
Thank you very much. My name's Father Abraham Mushanga, a Catholic priest from the Diocese of Chipata, and I'm the diocesan youth chaplain The group you see here, it is a combination of 3 phases or 3 structures of youth pastoral formation. What the 2 groups we have here, the other one has remained, we call it the TOMS, Teens on the Move, or maybe MYM, Missionary Youth Movement. Then the second group is Youth Saving Christ. Then we have another group, the Young Catholic Adults. So this group you see here, it is a group of the youth from the Diocese of Chipata, and we come from 8 deaneries. Our diocese has 8 deaneries. And these deaneries are Chipata, Lundazi, Karichero, Petauke, Katete, Lumezi, Chadiza, and the Nyimba deaneries. So from all these 8 deaneries, we have the youths who have come here to Malawi to learn, to socialize. So maybe I will just stop here, being just an introduction.
Thank you so much. What a quiet elaboration as you have put it. Once again, takulandirani kuno ku Malawi. Mwafotokoza bwino lomwe kuti gululi limachita zotani ndipo ndi achinyamata ochokera m'madinali ati. Timatchula kuti madinali uno muchichewa. Muchinyanja muchula kuti vichi.
Mwanyitu mkuti uliko. Pachichewa tukuti bwanji dinari.
Dinari. All right. Thank you so much, Father. Iruso buta kuzichula kuti ndi ndani.
Skomo, my name is Lungu Matthias, Diocesan Youth Chairperson.
Sister.
My name is Sister Brethren Pili.
My name is Sharon Nakaundi Simpam, I youth from Chipata Diocese.
All right, so thank you so much. Amanena kuti awiri sayendera limodzi asanadziwani. Now that we know each other or the group which is here, we can proceed to why you are in Malawi. Father, what have you brought for us in Malawi? What's the message?
In the first place, I would say for someone to travel to someone, we na kuchoka kunyumba kwake kupita kunyumba kwa mzache, it means there is something in between, and that is the friendship. And so we have come here for a friendly visit, because what we want now is to see our friends also to come to Zambia. And just to add a bit, recently we had a big meeting for the bishops,
yes,
for the 3 countries. They call it, we want to form, to come up with a sub-region. And I'm told that they call it Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mazazi. And it has a history. Before this, I was in Kenya. The 3 countries we were meeting, and they still meet: Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Zambia. And we call this sister. Can you remember? Okay, I'll mention it later.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not Amesea. For the schools. Yeah, I'll let you know. It's very nice. How we wish it could be the name, but then we have to follow our elders.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so mena fotokozera Father kunena kuti for 2 countries to come together, it means kuti there is that friendship, ubale and all that. But I'm interested to know what you do in Zambia. What is it that you do ngati achinyamata ku Zambia chomwe tunganene kuti amalawi mwina aphunzireko? I can take a few responses from the audience. Tuonena kuti nzachinyamata zinthu zeti, Father sakuyankhireni. It should come from you. So who's going to start? Who is going to start? All right, thank you so much.
In Zambia, as youth, Catholic youth, we have a lot of activities that we do. Some of the activities, some of our youth involve themselves in charitable works, because we also have lay movements within this group that it's here. So some of them, they involve themselves in charitable works. Others also involves themselves in also taking part in liturgical activities such as singing, but also others, they also do help those in need. Thank you.
All right, who else has something to share with us? Ngati Nyamata aku Chipata Diocese. Mumatani. I can see a lot of hands now. You can come through. You can come through. But first, you introduce yourself and then you share with us what you do in Zambia.
Okay. My name is Ngoma Speride, a youth from Chipata Diocese. Kuti zinthu zina zomwe timachita as youths from Zambia, timakumana as deaneries. Kankhala timachokera ma parishes osiyana-siyana, timankhala na ma deanery or diocesan rally, where youths from all Eastern Province, they meet and we do activities, different activities like choir competition and Bible games and likes. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Who else has something to share with us? You first introduce yourself and then you tell us what you do in Zambia.
Thank you. My name is Geraldine Kunda from Chipata Diocese. So the other things that we do from our diocese, timankhala na projects amene timachita kuti tipeze lemon drama. In some of the projects, timachita poultry farming. Tisunga nkhuku, then tambogulisa, and then tipanga drama as a diocese. And then timankhala tose pamoza as my youth sitabwela from all the deaneries, then takumana. So we have representatives wamene amatisogolera kuti zija zinthu ziyende bwino. And then apart from that, I just want to add on what my fellow youth has said, to say timakumana as my deaneries or maybe my parishes or diocese tankhala na meeting where we do certain activities. So our activities, some of them tabwera naeve kuno kuti tibaphunzisa anzathu aziwe zamene timachita kuja ku diocese kwathu. Thank you.
Before you sit, I'm impressed. Uyu watsala uyu. Pati vipa mukhala eti. Jealous down. She's able to explain freely as watching Nyamata. So ngati watching Nyamata, that is needed. Confidence and be able to express yourselves. That is very important. Thank you so much. Can we be friends, please? All right, so these are the youth from Chipata Diocese that's in Zambia. We are here to know more what they do as achinyamata aku Zambia, kuti amapanga chani. Tamvapo kuti ali ndi zambiri zomwe amapanga ngati achinyamata apart from kukumana ndi zina zambiri. I'm interested to know from you, sister. Mumatenga mbali yotani. What is your role in guiding the youth?
Thank you very much. I always be with the youth at the parish because they've said there are a lot of activities we do. And some of the activities, more especially on liturgy, I always be with them when they are preparing for liturgy, so that we make our liturgy beautiful and meaning to the people. Again, they have different projects. We help them to supervise the project so that they should have someone who keeps the money and who recorded everything, something like that. Again, another thing, we teach them different skills like sewing, cooking, baking, like that. Again, we always encourage them to be good girls and good boys for the church. Not only for the church, for the entire world. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much, sister. You have mentioned that there are various projects the guys are into. I'm also keen to know from you, what are these projects? And sister also mentioned that amakuphunzitsani kusoka and all that. Zimenezo zitha kuthandizira bwanji iweyo ngati wachinyamata.
Okay, so as sister has already said, we do a lot of projects where we come from, Chipata Diocese, of course. So like when it comes to sewing, quite alright, they can teach us as a group, but out there you would find as chi nyamata ti sowekela manchito. So when you learn as a group, you go out there and do that as a youth for yourself or maybe for your family, whereby at the end of the day you are able to feed yourself, even your family. So we benefit as a group, as an individual, even as a family at large, of which we appreciate them. They really do a good job.
My brother right there, what have you benefited from all this?
Practically, I've benefited a lot. I started to be a Christian when I was very young. So nakulira mcheshi mwamene when I reached this stage of youth, of course I've benefited monga nkhani ama skills. A skill, of course, you have to have interest. Ndiye kunkhala ngati achinyamata timasowa mpata someone to expose us to those things. So mwamene akambira sister akati expose, we go out there and utilize that opportunity. And I'm one of the beneficiaries for those.
Okay, so thank you so much. Momwe tamvera achinyamata anzanga kuno ku Malawi, anzathu akuti akumaphunzira kusoka komanso amatha kuweta ziweto ngati nkhuku pagulu komanso zimene zija zikuapindulira as individuals. Going back to the audience, I saw few hands back there amene amafuna kutiuza koso zina zomwe mumachita ku Chipata Diocese ngati achinyamata. Kumbuyoko, I want to hear from men, from young men.
Okay, thank you. My name is Samuel Ian Sakala from Chipata Diocese. So I just want to add one more other project that we do as Chipata Diocese. We have got a car wash. So as a car wash, it benefits the group and also as an individual, because some of the youths are being employed at the car wash. When we wash the car, there's a percentage of the youth, the one who is working at the car wash. Anyanchito amina sinzira pa car wash yatu kanga tisachi nyamata alikundi mbali yao amene amatenga kugawa yao ya ndalama niposundira mazina zimapita kutumba la chani la gulu latu la chinyamata. Inanso zomwe timachita kanga tachinyamata Chipata Diocese, most of the Sundays, Sundays timakana ma open discussion, meaning that these open discussions yamatithandiza. Example, we timakana ma topic like early pregnancies or early marriages, kukwatiwa kwa msanga kwa chepere kwa sikana ndanya mato kwa tana chepere niposo utanga mimba mwa chepere. We discuss this type of topics so at least titanzeko anzatu aone kuipa kwake kwa tiwa msanga kabina kutenga pakati akali achinyamata. So these are some of the things that we do in Chipata Diocese kuti twatandize kwa anzatu kutanga ndi upungu niposo aponzire. Skom.
Before you go, you have mentioned something interesting, which is also common in Malawi. Manena kuti ngati achinyamata mumathaso kukambirana nkhani za early marriages, kuipa kwake, komanso early pregnancies. What is your role? Inuyo anthu amenewa muwathandiza motani? Not just you as a group, koma mwina zikuchitika kunja. Anthu amenewawa mukuwathandiza motani?
Okay, so nkhala ngati achinyamata aku Chipata Diocese, what we do if timawaendera anzatu amene apezeka mavuto amene awa kwapasa uphungu, ndiponso even ngati mugulu watu kwapezekako mwana anzatu ngati mukristu wase mkristu wapezeka ali ndi mwana, timawachita encourage kuti abwerenso ku skulu. So mugulu latu aliko ena amene analiko ndi ana, but we encourage them as a church and then anabwera after kuma skulu vena mpaka upita kuma college. So ndizo zomwe timachita kukhala ngati achinyamata.
Alright, so thank you so much. So impressive. Mukugwira ntchito yotamandika kwambiri achinyamata. We are learning a few things or two zimene so mwina kuno ngati achinyamata sitimachita. I also saw a hand. I think it was you. Yes, right, you.
Thank you very much. My name is Chama Joseph from Diocese of Chipata. In addition, from my brother Ian, there is an organization in Zambia, Keep Girls in Schools. Those guys who are pregnant when they are young, they are coming from the community. As the team, tumatenga balabanza tunokubapereka ko Keep Girls in Schools, which is KGS. We call it a KGS because bachokera mu communities wamene tumachokera. So enchito yamene tumachita as my youths. So I wanted to add on the same program. Thank you so much.
All right, my brother there. What is it that you do in Chipata?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Sakara Gifting. In Chipata Diocese, Zambia, there are a lot of things we do. As area mentioned by my fellow youths, said that we have a lot of projects, and some of these projects, they are not being only done at the diocese level, they are also being done at the parish level as well as the deanery level. So, since we say that development should start from where we stay, so that as we are coming to the diocese, should also, we just strengthen it so that it can give us the quality youth, so to say. Other things as youth, what we do, I also want to appreciate that in this group, this is a group where we can see that we have, for example, Father Paul there. He's a father, but he was a youth. Meaning from the same very group, they are teaching us how to behave ourselves. From the same very group, there are some people who have been called by God. They are standing to become priests. As you know that without a priest, there is no Catholic Church. Without a sister, no Catholic Church. Because where there is a priest, there is a Eucharist. Where there is a Eucharist, there is a priest. So without a Eucharist, meaning the church is not there. So that's what I can say, that from the same very group, we have done a lot. Many of them today are priests, and some they are on their journey to become priests, and some they are on journey to become Christian sisters. So it's also my encouragement from my youth here in Malawi, that they can also emulate from that, they can learn from that, so that we continue strengthening our faith, strengthening our Christianity life in every day. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Indeed, we are learning more from what you guys do. I'll get back to you, but Father, how important is it for the young Catholic people to be sharing experiences?
As you may know that experience is the best teacher. Without having someone gone through the experience, yes, he will make his own experience, but it won't be a good experience. But by looking at what others have done, and then someone will judge, will see and judge, and then later on he will act. So with all these experiences, I would say zirutandiza umoyo wa mayouth achinyamata akuchipata diocese. Monga momwe afotokozera kale, mkati mwa mayouth iwa muli anyanchito osiyana-siyana, they work in different places because of the experience they have had. For example, you have others, they just do their businesses through entrepreneurship, because we have these trainings. So instead of looking for white-collar jobs, what we used to call them white-collar jobs, meaning that you cannot go to work when you are dead, but when you have put on a nice suit, then you are a worker. Then we have nurses among these youths. We have teachers, we have priests, we have religious brothers, and we have others that are on courtship, others that are married. As I said, we have young Catholic adults. If I were to explain all those structures, you would have known to say, oh, this is what I meant. So with these experiences, I'm seeing the unity among the youth. Though they are in different they are at different levels, But then the unit is there. And this also encourages me because since I started working with the youth since from 2019 up to date, I've also learned something. I've become a youth with the experience I have with them. So I think it is a very good program to work with the youth in the diocese, and for the church to grow, for the church to have the people we have here. We have to learn from experiences.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Father. I saw 2 more hands. Yeah, I'll start from you. I'll start with you. Yeah, you introduce yourself.
I am Father Tembo Matthews Henry, and talking about the activities that youths do in our diocese or where they participate in. Firstly, I will talk about self-sustainability, as it's been earlier alluded to by some, talking of some skills of sewing. In the diocese, the youths also involve themselves in gardening. It is through gardening that they raise a certain income to sustain themselves and to keep the group moving. Adding to that, talking about what the youths participate in promoting peace and justice in our nation, but also in the church. They also participate in Catholic Commission for Justice and Peace. Some join that group, so as they participate in promoting peace and justice, but also unity, beginning from their homes into the church, but also the country at large. Not only that, we also see the youths in some way in which they are well organized, because the youth group isn't an easy group to deal with, but also to be in. They need to be kept alive, and how are they kept alive is through the activities that take place in the church. And among them are playing games, talking of football, netball, but also some entertainments. So through that, they are kept alive. And when they are brought forth for such games, we take an opportunity to teach them. We teach them the church doctrines, but also the social teaching of the church. That's how youths are kept busy in our diocese. And we are pretty sure that we have a great group of youths in our diocese, which is leading by a good, great example like Christ.
Thank you so much, Father. As we have heard, achinyamata akuchipata ndakuchita zinthu. I'm impressed, honestly. Mukuchita zinthu zakupya, especially there was one who talked about making young girls go back to school after giving birth and all that. And Father talked about the justice and peace issue. Zosangalatsa. It really means that achinyamata mukukangalika kuchita zinthu zazikulu zokupya mwinaso zoposa msinkhuano. You are doing all that. So we will be right back shortly after this.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light.
Come on, mefipoma umwaka wonse ukuvipome fipoma umwaka wonse uwe ukatabobe uwe ukatabobe uwe ukatabobe uwe ukatabobe.
Alright, so welcome back. We are here with Ajin Yamada from Chipata Diocese. That's Zambia. They are sharing what they do in Chipata. Honestly, I'm impressed. Ndikupitirira unena mubwereza kuti zomwe amachita anzathu tikukhala ngati kuti mwinaso ifeso pabe chomwe timatani timachita komabe you are here for us to learn more from you. Not that we are just sitting idle. There are also other things we do here ma diocese ma diocese osiyana. For those who are following us on our Facebook page and you have some questions for Achinyamata atiyendera lero, you are free to do that. I'll be able to read out those messages. If you also have important comments to make, you can also drop them on Facebook. I'll also be able to read them out. So ndinanena apo kuti Achinyamata so kumalayi kuno akuchita so zakupya. We have a devoted Catholic young person who is amidst us. I'll call upon Emmanuel, who is going to share a little bit more of what the youth are doing here in Malawi.
Good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel Chuocha. As she said, I'm a Catholic too, and I'm a youth too, as you can see. I'm still young. First of all, we welcome you, as she has already said. Here in Malawi also, the youth, we do a lot of things. For example, to start with, the youth here in Malawi, we try our best also to engage in helping the church. Like for example, the youth are encouraged, we participate in helping in doing the ministry work. For example, teaching the Sunday school children. We call it Dilidonse in Chichewa. In English, it's Sunday school. By doing that, we believe that, as we always say, that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but then we shouldn't wait for tomorrow, you know. The ones who helped us to learn about our Catholic faith, they have grown up, they are old, so it's good that we as the youth also we take part in helping in evangelizing. Secondly, one of the things that also we do here in Malawi, as you said, you do the farming. You mentioned a lot of things that you do as one way of raising funds for the youth ministry. Here also in Malawi, we also do things like, for example, we engage ourselves in doing coffee mornings. For example, we can say that maybe one of the Sundays we'll visit a certain parish, and whereby we would sell coffee, we'll sell some snacks, and a lot of things there. By doing that, we raise funds, and those funds we don't usually maybe use it on our own. Sometimes we also do some charity work. For example, we might visit the people who are in prison. When we go there, we would use that money to buy maybe rosaries, Bibles, but also spread, you know, the gospel. Secondly, another thing that we do as the youth here in Malawi, we also do farming. Father, he mentioned something about the young adult, what I think I didn't get properly the last one, but here in Malawi we have YCW, Young Christian Workers. For example, that group, it's a group of different professionals, like the way you have mentioned that here you have doctors, you have nurses. It's the very same thing with that group, whereby in that group there are also different professionals. What we do, we also do a lot of things. For example, recently, like this year, we engaged ourselves in cleaning the city of Lilongwe, removing some trashes. But apart from that, we also engaged ourselves in doing some corporate social responsibilities and some charity work. For example, I remember that the youth from Balaka Parish, they had built one house for an elderly person, and that person wasn't a Catholic, but we just thought it wise that, okay, seeing in the house that he was staying, we thought it wise that we should build something that is for him to make sure that he's living in a good and a conducive environment. Another thing that we do as the youth here in Malawi, it's also, you talked about the Catholic Justice and Peace. Here in Malawi, we also have that group, CCJP, whereby we also try our best, to see that people, the youth, we also face different types of problems. For example, maybe we have the youth that are, maybe they are in prison, but they are there, they didn't do anything bad, but maybe they were just accused, as in one way of trying to make sure that, okay, they receive justice. We try to engage ourselves in doing that. But also, apart from, doing the charity works, the helping, evangelizing, another thing that we do, you mentioned of early marriages. Here also in Malawi, we have a lot of issues concerning that, and we also try ourselves to engage ourselves in doing that. For example, you would hear that maybe a 15-year-old girl or a 15-year-old boy has been forced to engage himself in a marriage, whereby we try our best to talk to the parents, but also maybe the group here, village headman, to ensure that such kind of practices shouldn't be there, to allow the girls and boys to continue school. But also, if he or she was forced into an early marriage, the government also, but also the church, will try to intervene in that situation, so that the youth, they should go back to school, because we know that in whatsoever we do, education is very important. I think these are the only few things that I can mention, but we do a lot of things also here in Malawi. In case maybe you have a question.
All right, thank you so much. It is evident enough that we are indeed neighbors, right? Zambiri zifanana. That was Emmanuel. Amangofuna kungotionekerapo kuti kodi ngati achinyamata ku Malawi kuno akupanga chiyani. Coming back to you, Father, we understand ndiponso taona kale kuti Malawi and Zambia are neighbors. And it's typical enough to know that it's safe enough to say that some of the challenges which achinyamata akumana now, they are similar. They are similar, right? Yeah. So what are those challenges the youth of Chipata Diocese face, and how do you come in to save the situation?
Thank you very much. I'll start. Since I'm working with them, as we are one, they will also add, I might forget. So, in the diocese, running or accompanying the youth is a very important or cardinal work and very interesting. But it also has its own challenges. On my part, some of the challenges that I face is that the first thing is our diocese is vast, is big. So we have long distances. And for me to reach where they are, the youth, I have the difficulty to travel there. It might be financially, it might be maybe motorized transport. all these difficulties. But again, some of the difficulties that I face, a youth, when you talk about a youth, is somebody like a nomad who is here today or now is here. But when you keep the youth for 2 hours doing the same thing, you find that you are alone. He is with you, but he is somewhere. So you have to be with him. You have to walk along the person to know what he needs or she needs. Because if you do not know, then you might say the youth are difficult people. They are not difficult, but if you know them. So these are some of the challenges. You find that you are in this track, but the youth is going this way. So for me to see that we are together, I have to learn the youth. I have to know the needs of the youth. So they have their needs, but sometimes I cannot manage to meet them. So every time we find that the youth would say, we want this. But then what do? I sit down with them. I ask them, what do you need? What do you want? And then when they say we want this, then I ask them, what do you think we can do in order to solve this problem? So there are some other challenges. I think the youth, the flock can also assist, or my friends here, they can also add, because they are in me, I am in them.
All right, thank you so much, Father, for sharing some of the challenges the youth are facing. Magamanga ku Chipata Diocese. Koma akuti panopa akumadziva ngati wachinyamata nawonso, since he's working closely with you guys. Asakuyankhulireni inunso panoka, what are the challenges that you're facing as achinyamata? Okay, I'll start with you.
Zikomo kwambiri, ine zina yanga ndine Lakson Ponyirongo kuchokera ku Chipata Diocese. So challenge inangu amene timakumana nayo ni yakuti makolo wenangu panakhala na picture kuti mayouth siwamvera. So monga ise group mayouth wa kuchechi kuti tiwaendere tichite convince kuti tichite release wayouth wanzatu imakhala ni challenge, because in their mind wanaika concept yakuti mayouth they do bad behavior. So for us to convince them, it really takes time kuti tichite mobilize, more especially ngati takuma na zilali, then ukapezeka mautika msenzile mmushe kwa mpalali papezeka ati pamakhala voshitika vosiyana kumakhala ma groups vosiyana. So ngati tinachitana understand mmushe, some parents they even refuse even to allow their children to come to church to say you are doing bad behaviors there. So that's one of the challenges we are facing as a group. Thank you.
Palipose mavuto sali peret. We all face challenges at some point. So what are those challenges you're facing as Achinyamata Chipata Diocese? I saw a hand from Father there and another one back there. I saw your hand.
The other challenges that the youths are facing in our diocese, one, these youths are mingling, they are interacting with people of the other religions, Muslims and other religions, which becomes a great challenge for them as they interact with other people of different religions. At times, some get affected to the extent of losing Christianity. So that is why we, as patrons, coordinators, our role is to help these youths to always stand their ground in terms of their faith, to defend their faith, to defend their religion. So among the challenges that they face, indeed, it is facing people of different religions. At times, they lose track. Secondly, is the peer pressure, group influences. Among the youths, most of them engage themselves in drug abuse, alcoholism. These are the challenges that they experience, that they face. That is why we, as people who are in charge of them, we help them, we guide them, and speak about the dangers of drug abuse, but also excessive beer drinking. So among them, these are some of the challenges that the youths face.
All right, thank you so much. There is another hand, I think, there before we go to what you guys are doing in tackling those challenges. It is possible, right? Pavuto lililonse as a person, individually or as a group, mainena kukhala ndi solution to that problem. So I'll also get back to you to know what you're doing to tackle those challenges. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I am Timbo Crispin, and just to add on the list of the activities that have been mentioned, one of the other challenges that as youth we face is on the life of spirit. Because one thing that I know is that life is spiritual, and we will find that most of us as youths, we are not able even just to read the Bible. We can't even able to proclaim the gospel, because that's one of the commands Jesus Christ has called us to do. And so in helping other youths, we as the Catholic youths, we are able to bring in the Catholic faith lessons where we teach them about the Word of God and how to read. Apart from that, not forgetting that Jesus Christ has already commanded us that we have to go into the whole world to proclaim the good news. So that is one thing we are doing. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. As I mentioned that we also want to learn more on how you tackle some of the challenges you're facing as Achinyamata. Who is willing to start? All right, yeah.
Zikomo kwambiri eti mavuto ndi ndedi alipo ambiri, koma kumakhala njira zina mmene zimathandizira kuti mwina mavuto tiathese. Pachiyambi abambo adafotokoza kuti kuliko kaguluso kena kama young adults kumapezeka mavuto ena mwina watenga mimba mwa msanga, paja anthu sitimalekerera tempaja ayi, timabwetsa pafupi ngati akhala ndi ana. We bring them close to embrace them so that they shouldn't lose hope that we still need them in our group. So it's also one way of bringing them back to us. It has been a challenge previous, but at least we've done our best. Some of them here, maybe that you are seeing in here, maybe they have also did the same. That's why they are here. On the issue again of mobilizing them, it's a big challenge, but we've tried our best. As you can see, this group, for it to be here, it means a lot. So we have also another way of tackling certain issues, such as, let's say, we put some ladders in different parishes, because if we just have a central place, it will be very difficult for us to have a big number. So we try by all means, we take these ladders in different parishes with a view of having more, so that we encourage them, we motivate them. We also have a lot of activities that we do so that they get motivated, and then they come back to us as youths. I think these are some of the.
All right, thank you so much. I'll go to Sister. how do you tackle some of the challenges which were mentioned here?
Okay. Like a challenge that you said, our youth, the making their friendship with other religion. So we are helping them not to lose the track, but to remain in our church, whereby we do different activities so that they should have that interest that no, our church is the best church. Like we compare and we help them to balance life. When we call them for an activity, we have to balance. We do something that is prayer life, and we do something, we do chigigi with them. You dance, you do what, you balance life with them so that they shouldn't lose track, something like that. We help them to balance life in our church. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sister. And I'll also get back to you. As watching Yamata, you have heard from your fellow youths what you go through as a group. Amanina's own, right? Those are the challenges you go through, right? So what are you doing to tackle those challenges?
Okay, so tima chita zintu zambiri azinyamata mu mwaka mbira kuti we face a lot of circumstances out there. So tikakumana timaphunzisana monga to know what you're capable of doing as a youth. Because out there mubantu akaona chabati ni youth, the only thing that comes in their mind is he or she can't do anything. Nangumu mupase vochita, or you tell him or her to do something, that person can't do anything productive. But as achinyamata tikakumana tima uzana kuti where you are going, go and preach or go and do what is right, so that you preach what we do. Aside that, ngatita kumana mavuto, instead of you being quiet alone, you better go to the group and share, so that adiensa fakepon zeru zake, then now you can see your way out or how you can proceed, so that vintu vonse vaenda buno bueno.
Impressive. Thank you so much. Ndeti kudziwa kuti technology has taken over, right? Technology yabwera pakati pathu kudzakhala. Okay, achinyamata ambiri, we have seen achinyamata kukomedwa kwambiri pa Facebook. We are talking of TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, WhatsApp, and many other things. Ngati achinyamata akuchipata, how are you utilizing social media komanso these technologies? Yeah, I think I'll start with the ladies first.
Thank you. So, monga Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, padzapandu stimaenda po tinghalapo chabeteka, then you used to be my friends. So tikaenda pa Facebook, pamanghala people you may know, add friends. So kavadinga wajavantu. As I earlier said, timanghala na ma projects etimachita. So for us, kutitifikize wajavantu, zija zintu zamene timachita, abwela tigule. We use the same Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, or Twitter, ta posting so that wajavantu waziva, then you abwela wabotigula. And then apart from that, we can still post pali mulungu ta chichewa tavirikira kangu virikira, but we preach the word of God through Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and all that. And then apart from that, for example, WhatsApp, kuli vajamayuthi vakuti valina maphones akulu. So for them to have access kuli information yamene ifuni kopasidwa, timashita create my groups. For example, ya parish, dinary, or diocese. And then tikashita create a group, any announcement will be posted in the group. And then majali be mafoni yakulu, ajana mafoni yakulu azauza kwa vajana mafoni tungono. And then information is spreading fast kuli vaja be mafoni yakulu. So that's how we are utilizing the same apps. Thank you.
nimeona ngati kuti mwina mangokhalira TikTok ndi zina zotero. I'm glad to hear that you're making use of these social media platforms. I saw a hand. You can also come and share what you do with those social media platforms.
Thank you so much. It's an addition. As I'm standing here, my people from Chipata Diocese are watching me using the same Facebook and WhatsApp. I see you guys. So we are using that platform well, like the way my sister said, WhatsApp, Facebook, also. So as I'm standing here, some fathers in Zambia are watching me, which is a good one. Even my friend in Malawi is watching us. So we are using that platform good. Thank you so much.
All right, I think we'll take one more and then two more quickly, and then we conclude so that you proceed to Balaka, right? Yeah, it's a long journey. Yeah.
My name is Father Joseph Simushi. One of the things that is done in using these platforms that we see mainly for the youths is that as much as there is good that these platforms are being used for, we also see that one of the challenges that comes in has to do with the bad that also goes with this. Social media has been sexualized to such an extent that we see a lot of sexually related aspects on these social media groups, and it is also affecting our own morals in our country, but also as youths. So we see that in order for us to help these youths to use these platforms better, so we speak about them in our own gatherings to try and help them to be safe, even on those platforms, because there's a lot that is going on there. One other thing that maybe was left out in speaking about what we do, it has to do with the tradition. As an African, we are entrenched in our tradition. So we try and bring out our own traditions to help the young people to understand that even in our traditions, there is good there that they can learn. So in our group, we have traditional dancers, for instance, who use tradition to spread good news, or use tradition, their dancing, their songs, to spread different messages centered on the youths to help them in various areas. And these can be also uploaded on these various platforms to try and extend that their reach to these other youths. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Father. We'll now go to some closing remarks. I'll start with you, my brother. Udziwe kuti ukwimilanu achinyamata osa amene abwera kuti abwera kuno ku Malawi kuchokera ku Chipata Diocese. What are your closing remarks?
First and foremost, we are very happy to be in Malawi. Other people say ignorance is when you lack knowledge and information. So we all know the social media has taken over everything. So we need to feed our people with the right information via the same apps that are there. So we, the youths of Chipata Diocese, we are doing that. And also Malawi has also confirmed to say they are doing that. Hopefully when we go to Balaka, if you are watching us, we are coming there. We can't wait. We just want to interact so that we can teach our, we are a big team. Yeah, we are a big team. Together there is something. Unity will give us something good. Thank you.
So thank you very much. In the first place, I would like to thank God Almighty for helping us to think to come to Balaka. But again, through our journey, we have come through this Luntha TV. so that before we reach there, at least people know why we are going there. We are not just going there to play, but we are going for both spiritual and human formation. And we are going there to interact, to socialize. And we thank Luntha administration for thinking of inviting us. We are happy that you invited us. The world has known where Chipata Diocese is. We are from Zambia. And now we are here to come and commune with our friends. So thank you very much, everyone who has watched us and who are still watching us. We are still alive. We'll be still happy to be invited to come again. So thank you very much. We ask God to help us to do everything according to His wishes. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Father. Ifeso tukufunirani zabwino zonse as you are proceeding to Balaka district. Tithokoze so achinyamata amene muna masuka. You shared what you do in Chipata. We have learned a lot. I saw that a lot of people were watching on our Facebook page, and I'm sure that on TV there were also some. They are, because the program is still in progress. There are some youths who are also watching and learning a thing or two. And visit us again soon. Come again. Yeah, I'm glad, and we are all glad to have you. That's all we had for you. Tinali ndi achinyamata ochokera ku Chipata Diocese omwe abwera kuno ku Malawi, makamaka akupitirira kupita ku Balaka kumwe akukachezanso ndi achinyamata kumeneko kuti akagawirane zomwe akupanga. Tamva kale zina mwa zomwe akupanga achinyamata amenewa.